And then my mom, how can I describe my mother? So her name's Coral McKenzie, very sweet lady. And she's like a real knick-knack lady. So if you don't know what a knick-knack lady is, it's basically like if there was this stool here, anything with a flat surface, she's putting something on it. And it's all just junk, it's garbage. Like my mom keeps stuff that doesn't even work anymore, like my father. And it's all for decoration. Like none of it does anything. And if you go near it, she's like, hey, leave that alone, put that down, don't touch that, that's just for decoration. I'm like, sorry, Mom, I was just trying to give Dad a hug. I'm just kidding, you guys. I've never hugged my father. And then my dad, he's Bill McKenzie, real old school kind of guy, you know, like a protector-provider. So my dad worked at the pulp mill in Prince George for 40 years to provide for the family. Now, not to be outdone, my mother also worked very hard for 40 years making sure my dad worked at the pulp mill to provide for the family. So it was like a good team effort that they had going on, you know? And then my dad's form of protection is just fear. He's just like strikes so much fear into these kids. They never do anything, that way they won't get hurt. So with my dad, you're never more than 2 or 3 steps away from either jail or death. Like, doesn't matter what you're doing, that's where you're going, you know? When I was 17, I was gonna loan my truck to my buddy Brett to take a load of garbage to the dump. And my dad's like, do you wanna go to jail? By the way, my dad, deepest voice on the planet. It's so intimidating when he talks, people just start apologizing for no reason, you know? And he had a very successful career at the mill. So he started out as like the broom sweeper guy. And by the end, he was like the general manager at Canfor Pulp. And I think the whole thing was his voice. Like, I think everyone he talked to above him just quit out of fear, you know? Then my dad would be like, hey, Gary, what are we doing with that pile of shit by the hog reclaim? And Gary's like, oh, whatever you want, Bill. Actually, you're the boss now. I quit. So my dad's giving me the gears about going to loan my truck out, right? He's like, let's think about this. You're gonna loan your truck to Brett. Brett's never driven a truck. He's not watching where he's going. He's worried about losing his load. Aren't we all? Now, a kid runs out in the street, Brett doesn't see him, runs him over, someone just ran over a kid in your truck, you're going to jail. Do you want to give him your truck? I'm like, what? Like, Dad, I don't think that's how that works at all, you know? Or I was gonna start playing like contact hockey again, and my dad's like, do you wanna die? Like, think about it. He's like, you're gonna go play hockey. You're excited. Woohoo! I'm gonna play hockey. You throw your gear in the back of the truck. You're backing out the driveway. You get T-boned. You're dead. Do you wanna play hockey? And I was like, I didn't even make it out the driveway? I'm like, what is going on in this guy's head that everything is a doomsday scenario? But then I thought about it, right? By the time my dad was my age, so I'm 36, he already had 3 kids, a mortgage, a marriage. Like, this guy was hanging on by a thread, you know? He's like, as long as none of these kids die or end up in jail, I did my job, all right?